2 साल पहले मैंने पार्लियामेंट में शलवार कमीज़ पहना था and the police stopped me. मैं हर रोज़ जाती रहती हूँ इंग्लिश कपड़े में. They never stopped me, but not only am I Pakistani and Muslim, but I'm wearing shalwar kameez very proudly in showcasing my identity and my faith.
Anum Qaisar, स्कॉटिश नेशनल पार्टी की उन सारी चीज़ों ने खासतौर पे जो SNP की लीडरशिप के जो क्राइसिस रहे किस हद तक अफेक्ट किया पार्टी की स्टैंडिंग को?
So I don't think our approval ratings have ever been at 100%. I don't think any political party's ever achieved that. But no, do you know what? I'm really proud of the SNP track record. Scotland Way life is good for people. From the SNP Scottish Government, हमने free prescriptions लिए. आप इंग्लैंड में रहते हो, आपको पता है you pay £9 per prescription item. यहाँ Scotland में SNP abolished tuition fees, so people university जा सकते हैं without paying any fees, but in England you're paying tens of thousands of pounds. The reality is that the SNP has made life better for people in Scotland, and I have full faith that my party's track record will do as well. So I think the important thing to remember is that in 2014 ये जी हाँ हमारे referendum था, लेकिन 2016 में 2 साल बाद we were dragged out of the European Union. Scotland voted to remain in the EU, whereas England, Wales and Northern Ireland voted to get out. And it's really important to remember that. Yes, the core support for independence is if you want an independent Scotland, you have to vote SNP. And our manifesto was launched last week, and it was said in that if we get the majority of seats, that we would look to start the conversations around getting an independent Scotland.
क्या आप एग्री करती हैं?
No, I don't agree with that at all. I think we know that Labour Party ने England में जीतना है, but Scotland में when I'm knocking on doors and speaking to people, the picture is very, very different. The reality is that even if every single seat in Scotland voted Conservative, Keir Starmer will still enter Downing Street next week, and the message that I'm giving to people at this election is vote with your conscience and vote with who you think is going to stand up for you. We've seen the Labour Party say that they would be open to privatising NHS. Keir Starmer took a very, very, very long time to call for an immediate ceasefire, and we're seeing policies around the Department of Work and Pensions that the Labour Party are wanting to commit to that are in line with Tory policies. So no, I think when I'm out on the streets and speaking to people, it's very clear that the SNP still has really strong support. It's been really difficult. I've been very honest about my experiences. 2 साल पहले मैंने पार्लियामेंट में शलवार कमीज़ पहना था and the police stopped me. मैं हर रोज़ जाती रहती हूँ इंग्लिश कपड़े में. They never stopped me, but जो दिन मैंने शलवार कमीज़ पहना था, they stopped me. They asked me who I am and asked to see my badge. And I think that just shows that Parliament में they are not used to seeing people that look a little bit different or have different clothes on. But I think that's why it's so important to me that I have that representation, that not only am I Pakistani and Muslim, but I'm wearing shalwar kameez very proudly in showcasing my identity and my faith. 9 साल की थी when the 11th of September attacks happened, or a day afterwards I went to school and got asked if my family were terrorists and got told that my skin colour was dirty, and I didn't understand why, क्योंकि मैंने हमेशा सोचा था कि मैं Scottish हूँ. I didn't see myself any different, and then फिर 2 साल बाद Tony Blair dragged us into an illegal war in Iraq, and from a very, very young age I got politicised, and I thought this is not right. I spoke to my family members. मेरी अम्मी अब्बू ने कहा मुझे कि आप यहाँ रहती हो, ये आपका मुल्क है, you have the right, आपका हक है to question the government. So from a very young age I was very politicised. But actually मेरे जो नाना अबू है वो यहाँ UK में आए थे in the 1960s, and वो factory worker थे. Like so many of that generation.
पाकिस्तान कहाँ से आते हैं?
हम पंजाबी है, फैसलाबाद के बाहर हमारा गाँव है. So अब्बू मेरे नाना अब्बू यहाँ आए थे ग्रेटर मैनचेस्टर में इन द 1960s एंड फैक्ट्री में काम करते थे एंड फॉर हिम एज एन इमिग्रेंट एंड एज अ वर्किंग क्लास पर्सन वो हमेशा लेबर पार्टी के सपोर्ट करते थे। वो हमेशा कहते रहते थे और सबको कहते थे कि लेबर पार्टी के लिए वोट करो क्योंकि वो पार्टी है जो हमको देखेंगे कि हम कौन हैं and will look after us. But now we're seeing the Labour Party abandon those very values. They've got immigration policies that pretty much mirror what the Tories have. And when it comes to working class policies, we've seen Keir Starmer say that he'd keep the 2-child limit, that he wouldn't scrap the bedroom tax. And so the reality is that whilst my granddad always voted Labour, मेरी नाना वो हमेशा Labour Party के लिए vote करते थे, अब in 2024 the Labour Party doesn't reflect those values.
हमजा यूसुफ स्कॉटिश नेशनल पार्टी को लीड कर रहे थे कुछ
That does happen. I think that's the reality of when you put your head above the parapet, especially as a young woman. I've experienced Islamophobia and racism, but I am so proud of being Scottish, Pakistani and Muslim. I don't think any of those three things challenge each other, and I think it's really positive that I can stand up, but actually not just for myself but for future generations, where छोटे बच्चे can look at me, Anas, Hamza, people from all political parties and say if they can do it, so can we.